Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Samy Bee and we are playing the Not So Berry Challenge today, and I have an interesting episode for you guys. So I thought I would work a little bit on my storytelling. So if you're interested in this, I think you'll really enjoy it. Ernesto and Mint had a little discussion together, and what they ended up finding was that they see how hard Rose is trying and she still failed college. And not only that, but she's hitting the gym. She's been able to keep a stable relationship, and she started her new job as a president. She's not a president yet, but her road to presidency has begun. Rose and Ernesto feel that Rose is going to make it. They fully have faith that she is going to make it. So they sat down with Rose and they all had a little discussion over dinner, and what they ended up finding was that it's time to move. Rose is confined. Her sisters, they're all too close. Everything's all jam-packed together. It's just been too difficult for Rose. So we are going to move into what I would thought was a bigger home. I think it will be bigger, but I have something in mind. So where are we moving to? Well, of course, the most red neighborhood of all, and it just so happens that it is Montgomery, where Ruby lives, our dear brother. That is where we're going to begin moving our family. Ever since Ruby left, our whole family misses Ruby dearly. Ruby comes for all of the celebrations, Winterfest and Harvest Fest, and all the birthdays, and it's just a very close-knit family. So we're not only moving to be closer to Ruby, it is also the most red neighborhood, as you will see, and also because this is a really good opportunity for Rose to be closer to work, and this is just where it just happens to be, in the mountains. Now, I always imagined that is where the US, like, I know I'm not personally in the US, but that's where I always imagine, like, right, the White House is in Washington, and for some reason I always thought Washington was like in the mountains. I know that's so wrong, but I don't care. That's just where I always imagined Washington was. So regardless, it's like a presidency in my mind, so that's where we're going to move to today. So the first thing we're going to do is build the home. So today's episode is going to be a little bit different. I really personally enjoy watching the Not So Berry Challenge and all like Sims challenges in general, especially if I really like the YouTuber. So as you can see, Montgomery has the most red. We got red trees, red buildings, red like art fixtures here. This one was kind of red to me, like sort of burgundy, but when you go into Montgomery, look at all the little red trees. And then I realized that Ruby's here, and it just clicked. So we are actually building our own home because we have the money, and that's exactly what we're going to do. So I actually sat down and I drew a floor plan for what I want this house to look like. You can pause the video and take a look here. I do this is in my main career for a living. So it was really fun to incorporate both my jobs into one. So we're going to keep it one level, obviously long and narrow since this is our lot. Also, I just realized that the path is over here, even though the mailbox is over here. So I think I might just start out. I started building it and then I realized I really enjoy watching challenges, and if you do too, then you probably enjoy watching casts and watching people go into build buy mode. If this isn't something you enjoy doing, let me know, but I think that this would be a really nice change for the series. So now you guys can actually walk through this with me and see how I do things. So we are just going to follow my sketch here, and hopefully we can afford it. I know we have like quite a bit of money. All right, so now we have our long narrow home, but it's not too long and narrow. I'm gonna throw the roof on right now too, because it's only going to be one level. Now, what kind of roof styles do we have going? Pretty much like gable roofs, so I think we'll just do a gable roof. So my goal for this design is to try to keep it as authentically and aesthetically pleasing in the sort of, I guess, like Japanese decor. So that's kind of my vibe for this build. So if you guys have been waiting for a building episode, then this is for you. This is it, and I'm sorry it took so long. I know I enjoy watching these types of videos, so I would assume that you guys would too. I just feel like a kind of like a cherry blossom tree. Actually, that's more, I suppose we could probably have two trees. Just like thinking cherry blossom. Actually, that one kind of matches that one, doesn't it? So just trying to match everything. So we'll work on the rest of the windows once we kind of get inside and figure out where all the room placements are. Little black mailbox to match our black aesthetics. All right. I don't know if it'll be easier to start with the bedrooms first or maybe start with the kitchen. I've never actually sketched out a Sims plan and tried to make it work. So I will let you guys know kind of what I'm thinking as we go along. So this far back room here will be the kids' room. So by kids, I mean like Ernesto and Mint's kids. So this will be, I don't know if you guys saw on the paper, but Ember's moving out to college. So she's actually not coming with us. Yeah. I don't know if that shocked you guys, but she's not coming with us. Aurora and Valor will be sleeping in this room. This will be other mom and dad's room, so Rose and Courtney's room. Oh gosh, oh, looks like I might have to actually shrink these rooms down a little, because then we also need Citrine's room. Looks like we're gonna have to make this house just a little bit longer, because I didn't anticipate that that was going to be so small. But I definitely want there to be enough room. Although this is going to be somewhat of a small home, I do want it to be roomy enough for everything. I'm definitely digging this small bathroom vibe here. We should have enough room for tub, toilet, shower, and then the sink. So we'll actually have to pull this out one like that, and actually that narrows the hallway, which is nice. Okay, I'm actually pretty happy with the way that that turned out. It's not too bad. It might be a little bit crammy, but I guess we'll see when we start decorating the interior. So now I'm going to add the windows for each room. So each bedroom will probably get one window. It's definitely a lot smaller than I anticipated. Definitely, because I don't know if there's like enough room for chairs here. I really wanted enough room for everyone to be able to walk around. This is definitely going to be a lot tighter, and I might have to adjust things as we go, but it's so far coming along not too bad. I'm going to try to keep this design minimal as well. So very sleek colors with pops of red, and then yellow in Citrine's room. I don't know why these aren't joining up to be like... You know what I mean? Like they're not making themselves into an L. Like that one is. That's working. Don't... Did I do something wrong? Did I choose the wrong kind of counter? Weird. My intention with this is to bring the counters over here. Since that's not gonna work, I guess we'll just have to roll with the punches. Okay, so you guys will kind of see that I have a couple spaces for blank walls, like right here and right here. So my intention with the blank walls is that, don't forget that Ernesto is a painter, and he's obviously retired and enjoys raising his kids and his grandkid. So what he'll be doing is a lot more painting, and I'm sure that we're going to fall in love with a few of his paintings. So I'm going to leave a couple walls blank for now so that we can incorporate his artwork into the home, because what painter doesn't have their own artwork? That would make no sense. So even pictures like this, I'm just throwing in for now, but we can definitely change that in the future. So I hope you guys like the way it's turning out so far. I'm definitely keeping it very muted with like odd pops of red. And then of course, yellow is Citrine's room. There's going to be some things that we're going to take from our old house, of course. So you guys will have to just bear with me on that, because I definitely want to keep, I want to keep it very plain, but also it'll be lived in. It will definitely be lived in. As you guys all know, that moving into a new house, it's not going to look lived in, right? Because it's a brand new home. Now, I don't know if a double bed can fit in here. I don't know if the Sims can get to it. That would be really inconvenient, because they definitely can't go that way. Ooh, I guess we're gonna have to see. So the children's rooms will be obviously red. When I say children, I'm talking from Ernesto and Mint's point of view, just because they're the ones who's moving, even though we're technically in red gen. We're in red gen. We are technically in red gen. Wow, this one's like very mint and red and yellow, which actually I kind of like that it incorporates all of them. So we have like the mint room, of course, and then we have the red room. Of course, these are kind of both supposed to be red, but I kind of like the way that that is. Plus, that'll be the girls' room. They'll just share a bed. I was thinking about even doing bunks, especially if like Aurora comes back to visit. It would be, or not Aurora, or I guess all the girls will have to eventually come back to visit, or Ruby. Maybe I should do bunk beds for this room. Okay, I'm glad we talked this through, because I wasn't sure about that, but all right, so let's find like modern. Well, we don't need a desk because, well, I was gonna say because they're not studying, but they will be. But we definitely need more room. Oh, good, they do have red. Oh, this one has a dresser though. I wonder if we can throw a bed underneath there. What kit did that come with? There. I think that that's works pretty well. I just don't know if there's enough room for really much of anything else, maybe other than a dresser in this room. And again, trying to keep it clean, keep it nice and open. I think that's kind of cute, because this is the girls' room, and I think that they're gonna want to kind of still keep it like teen style, right? Definitely have to still keep in mind that they are teens. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, I don't know if there's enough room. Could you imagine if, unless, I'm just thinking here, because I really don't think that they'll be able to fit. So I definitely feel like bunk beds are a very, I want to say Tokyo style, because if you go to the vacation homes, there's like a lot of bunk beds. So Rose and Courtney actually won't be sharing a bed together, but funny thing is they don't usually share a bed anyways. So that's kind of funny the way that works out. And then as for other things, I think we're pretty much done, because as for other things, like I want to bring Rose's research station, and I'll probably put that in her room, which will go right here. So I'm probably going to leave that blank. Ernesto's paintings are probably going to go on the wall, so I'm going to leave that blank. So I think at this point, without going too overboard, because I do think it's easy to go overboard, especially when you're designing a brand new house. I mean, we could obviously add a couple things here and there, but I think as for like turnkey and move-in, this is pretty perfect. We can even work on the outdoors like later on, because I'm not really sure kind of what style we want to go with for the outdoors yet. There, I like that. So yeah, and then we can kind of do some grading stuff, and I might even do that in the background. But I thought that this would be kind of a fun and different episode for you guys to see how I design things and to make my dream come to reality. So a couple things changed is I was planning on having a computer station along this wall. If you guys see in my sketch, I kind of had like computer station here, computer station here. Obviously, I knew things would be different when we draw it to scale, as it is different in real life. And then I don't know if you guys enjoy like the muted colors, but that's just what I was really feeling for here. So it's not a lot of red. In our last home, it was very mint. The rooms were very red. So let me know what you guys think of this design and this style. But for now, I think that this is what we are going to move into. So I'm going to leave this episode here. So this is just kind of like a little bit of a design episode. And I want to remind you guys that I don't want to rush these episodes, because the Not So Berry challenge was there for me during the hardest time of my life, and I really wished that the creators that I was watching weren't rushing their content, because you could tell in some episodes they just wanted to get them done as quickly as they could. But I really enjoyed the storytelling. I enjoyed the creative Sam and designing the Sam and making them pretty. I also enjoyed them creating the houses and decorating the rooms. So I know this was kind of like a speed run of designing the house, just because I've never done this before with you guys yet, so I don't know if you like just watching me do it or watching me talk or design and talk at the same time, or bits and pieces of each. But I just thought that it would be nice and different for you guys to see kind of how my mind works. So let me know what you guys think of our new home. So next episode, we will begin by moving in here. Rose will be focusing on her new job. We're going to be one sim less because Ember's moving out. And we may even get a small pet for Rose. Yeah, because Rose hasn't had a pet yet. And I like the idea of having a pet with each generation. I don't know if she'd even have time for a pet. I'm thinking maybe a fish or a hamster. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye, guys.